Amusing little clip to break up the tension, shared to TikTok by user Ox King. While on a long trip home in an Uber, this passenger nods off in the front seat. Watch what happens.
Where am I? What was that? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just had a nightmare.
The passenger wakes violently from a nightmare.
Where am I? What was that? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just had a nightmare.
I wonder if the driver charged a cleaning fee, as he would have almost certainly soiled his trousers.
Where am I? What was that? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just had a nightmare.
Can you pull it up so you can see it? Because it's so nuts.
Well, I'm telling you, as a man, that's bullshit. Nobody confronts you. That's the problem. Really? You are not. You're not a woman. You don't look like a woman. You don't act like a woman. Really? You're ahead. What's wrong with you? Really? It's horrible. You are not a chick. Do you still have a?
You know what? That is none of your business. Trans women are women. Jesus Christ, man, get a clue. Some people think it's hurtful.
I don't give about feelings anymore. I'm 78. I went to Vietnam to fight for all. Do you think I care about some?
Hey, this is Johnny Knuckles. My wife said her dang Walmart water tasted funny. I didn't look what's in there. Calcium chloride. Guess who puts out calcium chloride? Pfizer. Look what it's for. Now, if you look down at the bottom right, it says like de-icer for your car and something else. This ain't for drinking. Why is Pfizer messing with drinking water? Hey, man, this stuff's going back to the store. That's crazy. What's Pfizer? No, we're out of here. Y'all be safe. Hey, stay educated. Pfizer don't need to be in the water.
Why are we at school? Why are we in school? Why? Why are you here? What?
Something is learn and teach.
Exactly, right? Learn. What else? Yeah, to get the degree, okay? To get the degree, okay, to graduate. What else? Knowledge, yes. Yeah.
Power has to brainwash the students.
Excuse me?
I feel like give a power a chance to brainwash our
Brainwashing. Okay, guess what, guys? The correct answer is brainwashing. Everything else is a lie. Okay. All right. What do you do in school? You come to class, you listen to a lecture, you read books, right? And then you have to do a test, and you have to write a paper, and then the teacher gives you a grade. That's how you learn, right? Let me ask you this question then. Throughout most of human history, how did we learn? If you want to become a doctor, what did you do? The answer is experience. Do it. Right? Let me ask you this question. Let's say you're 12 years old. You're going to be a doctor, okay? There are two paths ahead of you. The first path is, you know what? I'm going to put you in a hospital, and you're going to learn there for like 10 years. Someone's going to mentor you. You're going to be that person's apprentice. Maybe the first year, all you do is like wash the floor. Okay? But you're going to observe the doctor. And then eventually the doctor's going to tell you how to treat patients. Okay? That's the first system. Second system is you go to the best school in the world. Then you go to Harvard for undergraduate. Then you go to Harvard Medical School, the best medical school in the world. Okay? At age 30, who's a better doctor? Number one or number two?
first one.
Oh, it's the first one, right? Because the second person, the person who went to Harvard and Harvard Medical School, did not ever work in a hospital.
I was talking to one of my residents yesterday, and he said everything naturally made by God is round, and everything made by mankind is a square. And I sat there and I was really thinking about it, absolutely flabbergasted. And he starts naming stuff off. He's like, your veins are round, trees are round, plants are round, the molecules in your body are round. And I'm like, this man is a little philosopher. And he starts naming off stuff for the opposite. Your car is a box. I'm sitting here in my room. Window box, bed box, TV box, dresser box. We're living in a box. Why is that?
But I'll tell you right now, there's a church in Arizona that literally has a tunnel that goes from the church under the border to Mexico.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What church is that?
I'm not gonna say, but that's how corrupt some of these institutions are.
Why don't you want to say?
Because that's for another story. We're developing that story right now. But there is, you can use the name of God to do horrific things, and that doesn't mean that God, Christ, is corrupt. It means man is leveraging his name to do awful things. And we can look through history on that one.
That people can't accept that Zion is actually part of the Matrix. It's because we don't want to accept that we're just cattle in that analogy. And that's why so many people misunderstand this, is because they think about the Matrix from the perspective of a human, something that's at the top of the food chain. But in this analogy, we're actually much more like chickens in a farm. So instead of thinking as this arbitrary thing like pods, the machines are doing what humans do to chickens. They're harvesting a byproduct of ours. So this is what our human pods would be to chickens. It's a factory farm. And each one of us has our cage, just like we see in the movie. Now, all of these chickens have accepted this as their reality. This is the only reality they've ever known. It's like Neo in the beginning of the movie. And then if there was a chicken that came along, just like Morpheus does, and maybe this chicken sees the Neo chicken and it sees that it's struggling and wants out of the cage, so it goes over and bends the bars so it helps it get out. Now, as this chicken escapes from its cage, it would just be like Neo breaking out of his pod. And once that chicken can freely roam the floors, that chicken would think that it had escaped, that it was in the free world now, because that was its confine. Because for the chickens paying any attention, once you get outside the cage, you would think that you were free. And that's what's going on when Neo's in Zion and what he thinks is the free world. He's one of the chickens now running around on the factory floor, not realizing that he's following a set path. A path that the architect told him about, but he didn't understand. And that's because in this analogy, no matter how smart the chicken is, it's probably not going to understand what the people working on the farm are thinking. And that's because compared to the machines that have taken over, humans are just livestock. We're simple compared to their advancements. We wouldn't fully grasp what's going on. And from that perspective, it would be really hard to tell if you were getting funneled in a certain direction. Just like with Neo, stay in the cage or get out of the cage. And at the end of the day, you're still locked up on the farm. And they plan for escapes. This happens, livestock breaks out from time to time. And that's why in a lot of farm and livestock settings, you have 3 layers of a cage. You have the individual cage or stall that the animal's in, and all of those are put together in another sealed structure that would be your factory here, or in other situations, your pen. And even outside of that, you have more layers of fences. So even if you break out of multiple layers and you think that you've escaped, you're still in a fence. And that's what happened with Neo throughout the films. He started out in his cage, just like everybody else. He broke out of that and escaped to what he thought was the real free world. But just like the chicken, he's still not free. And this is all by design. Cows are never going to take over the slaughterhouse, nor are the chickens, and nor would the humans. And that's why even in some ways we look at the agents incorrectly. They would just be the factory employees that are working and helping abuse these animals, but they're not ultimately in control. They see us as a job that needs to be done. And the other reason that people don't want to believe that Zion is part of the Matrix, they just want an easy solution. Like you run enough and you find the edge of the simulation. Because realistically, we would never know where the simulation ends. We would never know what the real world is. But that's all by design.
Showing member of the cartel skinning a man alive. Skinning him alive. On video. To send a message to anybody. If you push back on the cartels, if you snitch on the cartels, they're not going to just kill you. They're going to make you suffer immensely. I got sent this video by some in the intelligence community, and I'm a pretty tough guy, but I can't watch all of it.
No, of course not.
When they skin somebody alive, and the pain that man went through. They don't just shoot somebody, they hack them up. Me and President Trump, remember when we did Operation Matador in Long Island, we arrested just short of 500 gang members and a lot of MS-13. And during the press conference, President Trump referred to these people as animals. Then they came to me and said, I don't know what President Trump has against animals, but animals kill to survive. MS-13 kills with pleasure. They're much worse than animals.
Well, it's witchcraft. It's human sacrifice. I mean, again, they're from cultures that have practiced it since the beginning of recorded history.
He said it. It is witchcraft. It's demonic, and we need to pray and fast against it.
Leaked information just came out about hypnosis and suggestibility and how Marilyn Manson and certain other people were involved with this from certain 3-letter agencies? Tell me more! This gets crazier because there are actual serial killers that were involved in this program to give them hypnosis and suggestibility on doing certain things. Oh, goody! Problem is we don't know how many people have been involved in this, but it's a little bit eerie. Said that this goes as far back as the 1950s. Okay. It makes you wonder how many other people and how many other situations and things that have happened that are a little bit out of the ordinary might be from the same program of suggestibility and hypnosis.
What happens to people who are high vibration versus low vibration? Like, what happens in the world to them? People who are high vibration, what do they attract versus low vibration?
There's two things when you raise your vibration.
Okay.
One, you become magnetic to like other high vibrational things and people.
Okay.
And then you just completely repel other people, right?
Yeah.
Those people that can't think that you're too good. Exactly.
That's true.
Like, right?
People either, you know, the truth is, actually, now that you say it, people either love me or hate my guts.
One of these entities that's under the skin of the experience. When people think that they're trying to raise our consciousness, no. They want to say they're aliens and extraterrestrial, but they're using occult rituals on us.
We're deceiving the people day by day, building church and university. Now, I want to check the school now. The school don't teach the people the natural history and the original where mankind come from. Then we will tell about the history of America, the history of Jamaica. What about the history of the people from the beginning? I try to tell you that people come from monkey. How come monkey don't change no more? You know what I mean? It's just things that I deal that the people is God creation. And I find that people simple because you educate someone and you send them all the time. You know what I mean? Then becomes like just isolation. Yeah, you know, it's very, very tricky. You have to make that.
Everyone needs to know what's happening in Nepal right now. At least 8 people have died today after huge Gen Z-led protests broke out against the government's decision to ban social media. At one point, after the protests turned violent, police used tear gas, water cannons, and rubber bullets against a large group, mostly in their teens and 20s, who broke through police barriers and stormed the federal parliament. As the situation escalated, a curfew was imposed and the army was deployed. But you see, the reason they're so angry is that on Thursday, the government banned 26 social media apps, claiming users have been spreading hate speech, fake news, and committing crimes online. So in response, they announced that all social media companies needed to register with the government or their access will be blocked to Nepal's 30 million citizens. However, only 5 decided to register, including TikTok, but 26 others like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, Reddit, etc. all refused. Partly because registering with the government would require them to do things like remove prohibited content within 24 hours of complaint, develop algorithms to prevent illegal content publication, monitor for hate speech, misinformation, and harmful content, and comply with content removal orders from the government. But since the majority didn't register, the social media blackout has already caused chaos because many companies rely on social media to make money. Many use it to communicate with family working and living abroad. Many use it for news and information. And then, of course, there's the biggest issue, the freedom of speech. Many people allege that this is an attempt to silence people's voices and their criticisms against government corruption. In fact, a series of draft bills being debated in Nepal's government right now could mean that people are fined or even jailed for content that is deemed against national interests, and would also allow the government to shut down newspapers and revoke the licenses of journalists. And that's a huge issue because today's protests were only inflamed by the social media ban. The main root of the frustration is government corruption. Their prime minister has hit back at these allegations, one, denying them, and also saying he would not tolerate the nation being undermined, and that the independence of the nation is greater than the loss of jobs of a handful of individuals. And so, as of right now, TikTok is pretty much the only platform that will even be able to see
I'm
this
in
video
Paris on vacation, just vibing, and they was protesting yesterday. They is not fucking around in Paris. Like, they not fucking around. They drawing on all the artifacts. Fuck it. They got blood coming out the baby's eyes. They like, yeah, no. We serious. Stamp that.
Alright, I thought y'all want to see this video my niece sent me. I'm just going to do this real quick. Show it to you. What we got here? We got 2 dogs chasing a cow out in somebody's backyard. What in the world? The hell is this? Oh, dog bites cow. Oh, cow is in the pool. Oh my goodness, dog is going in the pool after the cow. Oh my goodness, they are in the deep end. They are in the deep end. Dog is biting cow. Cow puts him under the water, dunks him. Oh, he can't get out. He can't get out. They both stuck in the pool. In the deep end, over the head. What in the world? What's this in the background? Oh my goodness, we got a cowboy coming in. We got a cowboy coming in. Oh, he's got a lasso. Oh my goodness. Oh, 2 cowboys. Oh my goodness. Cow trying to get out. He's in the shallow end. Lasso. Oh, he's doing the lasso thing. Oh my goodness. He got the cow with the lasso.
Look at the. When I was 13, I wasn't thinking about that. But at 40, we just went to see my family, and I saw all my aunts and uncles and family for the first time since last year. And you can tell people who've aged. I kind of lost it a little bit, and I cried leaving because I'm watching people who I grew up who are like strong, moving around, who are like not moving at all. The people around me who I see may not always be here. Let me put more emphasis on the things that matter. Being intentional about spending time with friends and family. That also comes with what people call a midlife crisis, but we call midlife clarity, because running to that job is no longer as important as it was. Like, I want to spend time with my kids. I want to spend time with my friends and my family, because I don't ever want to get the phone call that so-and-so is no longer here, and I say, dang, I was supposed to see them, and I didn't.
Everybody gets that phone call, y'all. Everybody gets
all
that.
the other riffraff got in the way of him coming here. He passed unexpectedly, and it's like, damn, I was robbed at that moment. I didn't think about the mortality of it all, but seeing your family age and get older and knowing that they were the young, vibrant ones, like, now we know we're the ones that's having to put on Thanksgiving and Christmas. We even said recently, we're like, man, it doesn't feel like it used to feel. Like that magic around Christmas, though it's still there because we're creating it for our children, it doesn't feel the same as when we were younger, but that's because we're now the generation that has to put on all of the festivities. We have to cook the meals. Like, that torch has been passed because the generation before us.
Why every major rapper sounds like a broken record about death, drugs, and flexing fake success? It's conditioning. In 1991, a secret meeting happened. Record executives, private prison investors, one goal: make chaos profitable. Glorify crime, glorify addiction, create broken minds, fill prisons, get paid. That's why empowering music vanished. That's why conscious rap got blacklisted. Because healed minds don't make money for the system. They sold you rebellion, but only the kind that leads to self-destruction. This isn't art, it's mental warfare. But here's the truth. If they can program your mind to self-destruct, then you can reprogram it to rise. You are not broken, you are programmed. And you can rewrite that code.
Detroit school bus gone missing.
Y'all just on the map again, man. What's up with kidnapping the kids, bro? How do you let a whole goddamn school bus with 30 children on it from Gampus Elementary, man, supposed to be going to Apple Orchard, bro? The bus driver and 30 kids is gone, vanished. The camera's cut out. Now, you know this some fishy shit. First of all, the bus driver called out sick, so you put in a substitute bus driver, and then you come to find out the man wasn't even on your roster. Now, how the hell you let that happen? You know what I'm saying? The kids texting their parents and shit. This look like the wrong road. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
This is not right. And that the whole bus just go missing, bro. Them kids done been kidnapped, man. You think I'm playing? You pull that story up, man. 30 kids on the bus is gone, and the wrong driver driving the goddamn bus. The camera's cut out. The camera's cut back on. Bus gone. Come on, bro. What's up with kidnapping the kids, man? The whole damn bus is gone with the wrong bus driver. Wow, what the fuck is going on? Detroit, Michigan, man. Put it up if you think I'm playing. This shit 2025, boy. 2025, 2026 ain't even here yet, man. This shit is getting wickeder, man. It's fucking wild out here. I'm out, man. Pull that story up. That shit's sad.
Hey, I'm a veteran, right? When we join the military and basic training, they give us hella shots. We have to stand in a line, and you walk through the line while you get shot probably like 7 times on each side. I don't know. What if the VA is literally just the place where you go for them to check the bullshit that they gave us? I only say that because when I got out the military, this lady called me from some institute or something. I don't remember because it was about 10 years ago, but she called me and she was like, they're doing a study on autoimmune disease. Do I wish to participate? And at the time, I was like, bitch, I don't got no autoimmune disease. I ain't got no autoimmune disease. And she sounded shocked that I didn't know that I had autoimmune disease. Anyway, fast forward 10 years later, a bitch got fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia now. That's how I feel. Like, the military is just a big ass experiment, and they use this building right here to kind of track us, to see what's happening inside our bodies from the bullshit that they gave us. Still to this day, I don't know what was in that concoction of shots. I just know some people got really sick, and some people God on music.
Like, come on, look at this, bro. Look at this, bro. Look at this setup. Look at this stage, bro. Look at this setup. Look at this stage, bro. That stage look like hell, bro. And I know hell, that ain't nothing compared to hell, but look at that stage, bro. Y'all think that ain't demonic? Y'all think that ain't wicked? Y'all want to go and support that? Y'all want to be a part of that? Hey, people gonna learn the hard way. It's just music. It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep, man. You know how many people in my comments talking about SYBAU? When I'm telling them the truth, when I'm trying to lead them to the narrow path, I want to see their soul saved. I want them to have salvation. And they talking about SYBAU.
I don't know what that means.
Hey, it is what it is. I ain't mad. You feel me? Because I ain't here to please people, but I'm here to do what God called me to do. He say warn them. And if you warn them and they don't want to take heed to the warning, if they don't want to listen, if they don't want to turn from wicked ways, then their blood is not on your hand no more. It's on their own hands. It's on their own head. So, as long as you do your part, when you let people know, like, hey, man, you got to turn from that, or that ain't of God, and they be like, man, nobody want to hear that. Y'all, I'm a child of God, but I'm not going to turn from this. I'm not going to turn from that. I don't want to hear what you talking about. Hey, you did your part. You planted that seed. You warned them. We can't force the word of God on nobody. We can't force nobody to serve God. We can't force nobody to surrender. We can't force nobody to repent. We can't.